All right, what's up, guys? Mike here with Cutting Edge Tactics and Training. Today, I'm going to do something a little bit new. I'm going to call it the one-shot review. So basically, I'm going to just give you my thoughts on this handgun that I got and I've been enjoying. Not really edited, just one shot. So we're just doing all this live, kind of like me having a conversation with you, telling you what I think about this. So it's already going well. Today, I'm going to be talking about the HK P30 from Langdon Tactical. This is the LEM version with the light, or I believe it's extra light trigger. Been a huge HK fan for a while. I like hammer fired guns. I think single action trigger pulls are fantastic, which is why I like the LEM version that HK does. Essentially, it's a double action gun, but with the single action trigger brake. When you rack the gun, it pre-cocks the hammer, then decocks it. So that first part of the trigger pull, yeah, it's a long travel, and that takes a little bit to get used to, but there's no weight behind it. And then nice clean brake, and then a nice small reset. You're basically right back on the wall, and it decocks when you let off. So I love that feature, that trigger style. It's probably one of my favorites out there. I love HKs, like I said. I've been shooting a VP9 for a while, so I switched over to the P30. I do have an HK 45, which is essentially this, but the 45 version. I just love the way it feels in my hand. Love the way it looks. Love the way it functions. Everything about it. Just love these guns. So finally saved up enough money to buy one from Langdon because they do a bunch of great work on them to really take a good gun out of the box and make it just fantastic, especially with the trigger work. So got it. I've probably have about 5,000 rounds through this thing over the last couple months. Really enjoy it. So today, I'm just going to really shoot it and talk about what I like on it. I have a Holosun 507C, the green version on it with a Surefire X300. And that's basically how the gun is set up. I do like the modular grip panels that you can put for the back strap and the side panels here. So you can really tailor it to your grip. My one gripe with this gun was that when I was shooting, it wasn't locking back when that last round was fired. And so what I found is that it was the slide release. It was a little long, and with the way I gripped the gun, it was hitting just enough of the slide release to prevent it from locking up. Now, HK does make a short version of the slide release. You can see it right there. The thing I like about it, it is shorter, but it still is kind of bowed out a little bit. Almost feels like a 1911 slide release, and you can easily actuate it with your thumb on either hand, depending how you do reloads. And so I was glad that this was available because I do love the slide releases on these P30s. I'm not a huge fan of some of the new stuff that's come out where it's just really slim and in the gun and doesn't feel as easy to actuate. So for me, that's just a preference I have, and I think a lot of the newer guns built around being carry guns are really slim for the purposes of carry, which is fine, but I just prefer something a little bit more meaty that I can get my hands on. Anyways, let's shoot this thing, and I'm just going to kind of run through how it works. Because this is one-shot reviews, I should probably put on my damn ear pro. All right, hold on. All right, I got my ear pro on, and I apologize. My microphones, they keep dying, and I don't make videos much. That's not what I have this channel for, to just make a bunch of content. It's for you guys, my students, just to see my input on some stuff. Anyways, I will speak loud so you guys can hear me. We have a little bit of a wind here. But I got my ear pro on, so now we're going to shoot this thing. I will say the slide release issue I had that I was talking to you guys about, I tried a couple different things first. I tried leaving the slide lock back all night to kind of break in that recoil spring. Tried shooting some hotter ammo through it. Nothing was really working until I switched over that slide release. It was kind of weird for me because I have an HK 45 and it feels about the same size. I grip it the same way. So I didn't know why this slide was not locking back, but whatever. Fixed it. Quick fix, inexpensive fix, and the slide release still works really, really well. So we're going to shoot this thing, just kind of let you guys see the recoil, how it functions and works a little bit. I just really like this thing. Really easy to get some good shots off. I like all the travel on the front end of it because when I come up and press out, I have a good amount of travel It's a nice solid wall. Like you'll feel the wall, and then just a nice clean break. So especially when I'm coming up from a draw, it's nice. I really like that. I also like the height of the slide. It's a little bit taller than like a Glock or even the VP9. And so when I'm here and I'm just bringing that optic up to what my eyes are already looking at, it's just very natural. I'm not having to really search for it, if you understand that. It's just boom, right there. It's right there, and I love it. And this thing is, the trigger is nice, so I'm able to get some pretty quick follow-up shots. If I'm doing my job, I'm still getting used to some of the trigger stuff when I'm trying to shoot super fast. Typically, I'm not shooting really, really fast, though, so we'll see. Now, one nice thing about this gun, I think it's nice, is when you do a reload, if you slam that mag in and you really insert it, it just sends the slide right home. So that takes a little bit of time off your reload if you need that, which is, I think, a nice little feature. This is a 20-round magazine. When Langdon, when you go to buy these from Langdon, if you're in a non-restricted state, they say they're going to send you 3 17-rounders. I got 2 17-rounders and a 20-round magazine, so I don't know if that's their standard policy. Maybe they just messed up, which I am not complaining about. I typically don't carry a 20-round magazine on me. It's just for when I'm out here doing training. Very accurate gun. For 9mm, there's not a ton of kick anyways, but this one, just with being the full size, the weight distribution of it, it really doesn't kick that much, in my opinion. There's no porting or comps on this thing. But if you do your job and get a good strong grip, it really doesn't move that much. And that the magazine release. I know it's a paddle release, maybe not everyone's used to it. My first handgun was an HK P30L, and that thing is fat. And my thumbs just couldn't really reach that paddle release on the left side, which is where your traditional button would be. So I just got used to utilizing my right middle finger, and I actually am really used to that now, and I find it to be pretty damn fast and nice. So I'll show you. Let me see if I botch this up, we'll see. One-shot reviews. Now that time, I didn't really slam this magazine home, so I actually had to use my thumb to hit the slide release, but it being a smaller slide release, really it's just smaller in length, and so it didn't even make a difference. It's still really easy to actuate. Really enjoy it. That time I did slam it home with enough force. Anyways, guys, that's kind of my review on it. For holsters, holsters. Because it's an HK P30L, if you want to put a light on it, which I like having lights on my guns, sometimes it can be a little bit harder to find holsters for this particular gun with the red dot cutout, because they don't come from HK cut out for red dots. So right now I'm actually using a C&G holster for my HK VP9, and it fits perfectly with the light. I'm waiting on a holster from Dale Fricke, because they make phenomenal custom holsters. I'd highly recommend you guys check them out, but I'm looking forward to that. And then I got a Safariland from RDR Gear that is custom to this. However, I did find that when I was at the range shooting with some buddies, this gun fit in my buddy's Safariland, and I believe it was a Safariland for a SIG P320 with a TLR1 and a red dot. So, yeah, I know friends don't let friends shoot SIGs that shoot themselves, but whatever. Yeah, that's basically it, guys. So thanks for joining me for this one-shot review. Hope you got something out of it. Let me know your thoughts on the HK P30. If you guys like HKs, if you're like, no, that's European trash, whatever it is, would love to hear you guys' thoughts. So take care, and I hope to see you guys at a course.